Welcome back to the Sneaker Bench. Today we are here to talk about a very exciting sneaker. It's the Saucony Progrid Triumph 4, the Highsnobiety collaboration. But before we talk about that, what do we have on feet? Sorry, I forgot to say I'm Spiro, Raj on the camera. Raj, what do you have on feet today?
I'm wearing my house shoes, man. These are just like really comfy. They're all EVA. I got them for like $15 at Urban Outfitters. They're great.
All right. I am wearing the Nike Air Tuned Max. Or I don't know if it's Air. I think it might be just Nike Tuned Max, but whatever. Yeah, they're very cool. Celery colorway. I like these sneakers a lot. They're really cool. Great Air Max. And yep. Now, let's get into what you all came here for. It is the Saucony Progrid Triumph 4 in this Highsnobiety colorway. The box, I did get kind of damaged, which I'm a little upset about, but we're on a little bit of a damaged box kick. Is this a good? Yeah, you can see that. See the Highsnobiety branding right there. Box damaged. I think you've got Saucony right there, and you've got Saucony right there. What are you laughing about?
It's just funny how bummed you are about the damaged box.
Well, it's also annoying. Not only is it like annoying because it's damaged and it looks not as cool, but like then this happens and then it's like harder to close the box, and that's annoying. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. But here we have the shoe. This is the left. All right, folks, this is the Saucony Progrid Triumph 4s at the Highsnobiety colorway. This is obviously going along with the retro Y2K runner-ish vibe. This, I say Y2K, but I believe these originally released in 2007. So they, or late 2000s. But anyways, they've got a lot of the same kind of synthetic materials that you see a lot of the other trendier shoes. But are they on trend? Yes, but they are very cool. I like these a lot. And as a runner myself, I think it's cool to see the models like this come out and get their time in the sun, because you can see how running shoes have evolved over time. But that's just kind of the running sneaker nerd in me combining. But anyways, let's just get into some of the cool details here. You've got not too much Highsnobiety branding. I know some people might be upset by, there's not much branding, but I think it's subtle and cool. And also, Highsnobiety collaborating on anything is kind of just interesting because they're a publication, and it online. I think they used to have a magazine. I don't think they have one anymore, but online publication, kind of like a complex-ish type company, and it's cool when any of those type of companies, in my opinion, collaborate on a shoe, and in this case, it is Highsnobiety. You've got the Highsnobiety branding right there in their regular font. You've also got Highsnobiety and Saucony co-branding on the tongue, which is pretty darn cool. And then the third and final piece of Highsnobiety branding is on the insole. If you could see it there, we will put some B-roll in if you can't see it. Now just getting into some of the cool details, that's technology. Of course, you've got silver, you've got white mesh, silver synthetic overlays across the whole shoe, and then you've got the orange and this like lime neon-ish green hits. These lime hits are done in a I wouldn't even say it's a synthetic leather. If it is, it's not a very good one, but since it's so small, you can't really tell, or it really doesn't matter all that much. You also have the Triumph branding right there. Pretty cool logo. I love the little like logo details like that with stitching around it. We'll have some B-roll in of that. And then you've got the Progrid logo here with this cool little, I don't know what you call it, cage plastic, a little bit harder plastic around this. On the back, you've got this kind of ribbed spine detail, which is pretty cool. some more of this harder plastic on the heel, which of course was gonna originally intended to lock your heel in. This was a running sneaker, but at this point in time, it's labeled as a lifestyle sneaker on their website because you're not going to be really running in this anymore. On the inside, though, you do have some interesting technology. You've got the arch lock technology. This is hard to describe. I was thinking about earlier how I was going to describe what this feels like. It's not really plasticky. It's kind of soft, and this is kind of a I don't know, Velcro-y.
Rubber. Yeah.
Rubbery, but the arch lock technology, what this is made to do is it's soft enough where it kind of forms to your foot as you wear it. So I haven't worn, I've tried them on, so but I don't know exactly how this works. I can maybe update you guys in the future, but it's pretty cool that is a feature in the first place. And then talking about the midsole, we've got Progrid foam, I believe. Progrid foam, as well as SRC foam. This orange foam is a different foam. It's firmer, and if you heel strike, that was supposed to, protect your heel more, whereas the forefoot could be softer and have some impact, softer impact, because that's where you're actually supposed to hit your foot. And if you hit on your heel, you need a little bit more protection. Going down to the outsole, you've got some not soft, but this neon green rubber is softer than this rubber for the same reasons I kind of just described, where the heel, you need more protection. You don't want this to wear away, whereas this it can be softer. It adds a little bit of cushion, although when you push it, it's not going to feel like it adds cushion, but when you're running and putting your whole body's force on the ground, the softer rubber will actually provide a little bit of cushion. And then one of my actually favorite parts of the sneaker is this Progrid shank plate. This helps you, it's kind of like the Adidas torsion kind of technology, where when you're running, it stops the shoe from twisting and turning, which is important because things like that is what causes injury if you're running on uneven surface. You can, part of your foot might go lower than the other, but this kind of keeps it all in one place, which is important for safety, and it also just looks really darn cool. So I'll make sure to put some B-roll in of that. It's clear, but you can see underneath there's woven looking red stripes and this orange and gray gradient. It's hard to describe, but I'll put a video in so you guys can see. It's really cool stuff. You've obviously got the Saucony logo. I forgot to really touch on that. You've got these cool stripes on the toe that run all the way across. Plenty of just weird running shoe nerd-ish details that I'll have in the B-roll as I was talking, but it's a cool sneaker. Nothing too crazy, quite honestly. In terms of sizing, I tried them on. One of my feet is actually a complete different size. It's a complete size bigger. So usually I get a bigger size. I have some room in my right shoe because it's smaller, but I tried them on. I went true to size. Probably could have gone a half size down, but you could go true to size, half size down, depending on how wide your foot is. I have a wider foot, and I thought it fit nicely, and especially with this arch lock technology, I'm interested to see how they inevitably break in. That's all I really have to say. Raj, you have anything to add?
Not necessarily. I think you covered all of the obviously tech features. My favorite part of the shoe is that back cage, which
With the logo, the Progrid logo?
Yeah, it's like that. This back cage right there. I just think it's so interesting because
the mesh is still underlaid underneath it. So because the mesh and the cage are both circular patterns, they're offset, but at times they'll add, or they'll line up. And I just think that kind of asymmetrical look is really, really cool. It just looks like, I don't know, it just adds something. It's silly, but it adds something to the shoe, I think.
It's a good point to bring up because that, I thought it was somewhat obvious, but I should say that the shoe does have the white mesh all over, and then underneath there's there's a layer of gray mesh underneath, but it's
Yeah.
much tightly or knit. So I don't know how breathable these will be. They could get a little hot. I'm not sure, but there is 2 layers: the white big grid mesh, and then the very fine gray mesh underneath.
Yeah. I mean, these are just super cool. I've said it before, and I will say it again, and I think I will like this movement forever, just like the old runner Y2K runners. I just think they're so cool. They're so interesting, and I love when functional shoes come back, and this is definitely a great example of that. It's cool to see a lot of collaborations done on shoes like this too.
It's
Also, Saucony's underrated. I think Saucony's kind of underrated in this sneaker space. They have a lot of cool shoes, even just like GRs on their website.
Saucony's doing a lot of cool stuff. Shout out to J Tips. We've talked about him in previous videos. He's doing really cool stuff, and we've already talked about it in previous videos, so I'm not going to continue to not beat it down, but talk about it all the time. But he's got some really cool stuff coming out. Last thing I want to note is this has like the whole running vibe is really cool. I love the shoes coming back, but the mostly silver sneakers are also like particularly cool because I remember this being the type of shoe that my parents would like wear to, I don't know, do tasks like building shelves and painting and things like that. My dad had like a tool area, and he would have these pairs of shoes, like extra pairs of shoes for my mom and him that looked similar to this, and I always thought they were cool, but they just, it's not really what was appealing to anyone at the time, especially younger people, so they weren't making like kids shoes in those kind of colors. So I think stuff like this coming back out is cool for many reasons, but that's just one of the smaller, goofier reasons. And in general, I think these are a really cool shoe. I don't know if we have too much else to say, but thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments or any questions, please put them down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and let us know what Saucony you are most excited for. What's your favorite Saucony model in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.